please go ahead, feel free to leave a comment down below, or even do a video response and tell me some of your favorite or terrible memories of lending games to friends. Anyways, this is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, that's a really good question, Michael B. I have a few stories. Okay, first off, currently right now I have a friend that I kind of got into playing some of the older games again, and he borrowed a few of my games. I have yet to see them for a while. I brought him up to a couple times, and I don't know. I haven't seen them, and he was telling me that he's playing one of them. And these games include Contra, Life Force, a couple other games. I at this point I even forget all like 5 of them that I lent to him. So hopefully I get 5 back anyway. So that's one of the stories. But besides that, I really never had any problems with any of my friends. It was always my family, cousins, uncles, aunts. You know, the list goes on and on. I would lend a game out, and it was just like I'd never get it back. There's some games that I just never got back. One game that I could really remember that I got back in bad condition was actually a little more recently. I lent it to my brother, and my brother's the one that I'm talking about is much younger than I am, and they have bad habits of leaving discs all over the place, and that drives me absolutely insane. I went to my mom's house where he lives, and I seen my game on, it was an Xbox 360 game. I seen it right on top of the console with the disc part down on the console, and if I had any hair, I'd pull it out, and of course I was like, what are you doing? You need to take better care of this. I gave him a different perspective on how he should take care of his games, and ever since then he's been doing pretty good with it, so that's at least the good news. But I'm not exempt from this whole thing. I have a little guilt that I have to say. The guy who usually works my camera, his name is, we call him Sir Blades, because his last name is Blades, which is a really cool last name. But anyway, he lent me a copy of Chrono Cross, and it was roughly about the time, I would say maybe a year after it came out. That is probably his all-time favorite game. Yeah, it's Chrono Cross. He was telling me all about it. He was showing me. I practically watch him do 75% of the game, and I'm like, you know what, man? I want to get this. I want to do my own adventure. If you ever played Chrono Cross, you know that you can actually, get different characters. Each time. There's so many characters that you can get, and you can get different ones each time, so it's really cool. So I'm like, I want to have my own experience with this. Well, we live here in northeast Pennsylvania. I live with my mom, and my mom and dad are separated, so we were going to my dad's, me and my brother. We were going down to my dad's for the weekend. Well, he lends me this Chrono Cross because there's a PlayStation at my dad's house. And I get to my dad's house and I'm playing it. My dad's already in bed, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and play this game all night. And I did. I played it for a long time. For hours. So I go to sleep, I wake up, and I go to find it, and I'm like, where is this game? So I asked my dad about it. He goes, I didn't see it. Now, she has, my dad's wife has a son, but at the time he was way too young to even be into this RPG, so I knew it wasn't him. But I looked through his room anyway. I couldn't find it. And I never found the game, ever. That whole weekend I was looking for it, and I was like, oh man, now I gotta tell him that I lost his game in, I lost his game over 100 miles away, And I was like, oh man. So I get back into town. He asked me, the first question he asked me when he sees me is, how'd you like Chrono Cross? And I'm like, he goes, oh, what? And I'm like, I gotta tell you about that. So I broke the news to him, and he was pretty upset about it. And even to this day, we say certain things about it, but he knows that I take care of games. In fact, he actually just let me borrow a Final Fantasy VII that he's had for a very long time. So, he was a good sport about it. But I still feel guilty to this day about it. And I'm just like, man, I was always good. If I ever borrowed a game and somebody was like, you know, yeah, you can have it for a week, I would probably give it back to them within 5 days. Just because I never wanted to hold it down too long, you know. Right now, my friends are, because they know I'm collecting, they're just like, yo, just hold this down until you get your own copy. So that's really cool, and when I do get my own copy, I'll make sure that I return every single game that I borrowed. And these are games that they just handed to me, so I don't have the guilt of, you know, taking it away from them. They were just like, you know, we don't play it, we just happen to, we just happen to have it around. And so yeah, that's my gaming stories. And really enjoyed this video. It was really cool, you know, I'm sitting there watching, I'm just like thinking of my own personal experience, so it was a really cool video. But you know, thanks for watching, guys.